What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know, this is my 2010 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, and today I want to do a video telling you guys some of the small downsides of owning a Jeep, or at least in my personal opinion. I do want to say this is not one of those the top 5 things I hate about my vehicle video. I did do one of those videos before in the past, and some of the complaints might be the same, but this is a completely different video. I've owned this vehicle now for coming up on a year now, and this is just some of my small little things that I've noticed after the year. Now, first things first, I do want to say, obviously, I love the vehicle. I've had it for a year. This isn't me bashing the vehicle. I think people get way oversensitive when people start talking about certain vehicles. You know, if you own it and someone says anything, you know, is wrong with it, or there could be a improvement, people get so bent out of shape. People, relax. I love this vehicle. Having a Jeep Wrangler has literally been my dream car for the past couple years. I'm extremely happy in owning this vehicle, but I will say no car is perfect. This is just me after owning it for a year, spending time driving it for a year. You know, just the main complaint that I have of just with this vehicle. So fanboys, relax. Take a second. Take a breather. It'll be okay. It's not that big of a deal. Now, like I was saying before, in the 5 things, or I don't even know what video I did. If I did 3 things, 5 things, whatever it was, the downsides or the things I hate about my vehicle. I'm pretty sure this was part of it, but I want to go into more depth. Now, when I did that video, that's literally, I think I had the vehicle for a month, and I just shot that to film a video. But this is me actually, you know, having the vehicle for a year. My biggest complaint so far, and really, honestly, the only complaint that I've had, is the interior. Now, hold on one second. I have the older generation, the 2007 through 2010 interior. Now, with this interior, I specifically wanted this interior when I was first looking for a Jeep. I thought this interior looked more rugged, looked more, you know, like it can handle much more dirt, grime, rain, you know, whatever. You know, and I do want to say I did go after this interior, and this is what I wanted. I do want to say it's not the worst thing in the world. It really isn't. I mean, honestly, all this stuff really isn't the worst thing in the world. I still think it looks cool, and I still think that it's really rugged, and you know, really just, I don't know, it really sets off the whole vehicle. But I will say though, after this year, more and more I've been starting to, I guess, fall out of love with it, and I'm starting to like the newer interiors. You know, especially now that the new JLs just came out. Looking at that interior compared to this, that's like night and day. It's so much more modern, you know, so it's like a modern car. You know, going inside this interior and then going inside any other car, I'm really starting to notice, you know, the small little things. Like, for instance, the radio that came with the cars, you know, it's a stock radio, but it's you know, it does its job. Has a auxiliary cord, and I can plug in I have a little Bluetooth receiver that is plugged in there, so that, you know, that helps with that. You know, even looking at the front gauges, you know, they're not the worst thing in the world, but just honestly, just everything around here, just looking around, and then just getting into even the newer generation Jeep Wranglers, from 2011 all the way up until they finished making the JKs. That interior is so much better than this interior. It's like night and day. You know, when I was looking between Jeeps, I was kind of leaning, you know, I was more leaning towards this Jeep just because I wanted this interior. I thought it would be much more rugged, and you know, but just, you know, on a daily aspect, I will say though, starting to look at more of the newer Jeeps, their interior is just that much better. Even looking at the steering wheel itself, the steering wheel in this Jeep, it's very, very just hard plastic. The entire thing is hard plastic. I mean, the dashboard, everything is just hard. Center console, hard. All this is just, there's no padding whatsoever inside this entire Jeep. I mean, even the seats itself, they're not terrible, but I wouldn't say anything that they're, you know, comfortable or like luxurious. But granted though, you don't buy a Jeep for it to be luxurious and to be this and that. I understand that, but there is a fine line of it being, you know, this isn't a military vehicle. It is a, you know, personal vehicle that you do have to drive, you know, on a daily basis. And I put a decent amount of miles on this car, so you know, I will say the seats, they're not that bad. I did put on these these kind of fake leather seat covers. This kind of actually made it feel a little bit better. But even inside the back seats, though, that's not very comfortable at all. And it's just not really that comfortable, you know, for lack of a better word. It really isn't. You know, it's kind of strange. You know, when I jump out of this Jeep and I go into my fiance's Jeep Compass, it's like night and day. And I'm like, you know, that interior to me is such a big jump from this one. You know, I still think that this interior is, you know, it's cool. It has its nice charm to it. But just being honest, you know, just having the newer ones are just that much better. That being said, that's pretty much my biggest complaint about anything to do with a Jeep. I mean, yes, you know, you don't get the best fuel economy, but once again, you should expect that. It's a Jeep. You know, it's not the most refined ride, but once again, it's a Jeep. You're not necessarily driving it for it to be the most refined and, you know, refreshed ride. If you're looking for something, you know, like that, look, you know, maybe towards another type of SUV or something else. Don't necessarily go for a Jeep. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but once again, you're not buying this for speed. You know, this Jeep has the 3.8 liter V6, which has around 205 or maybe 210 horsepower, somewhere in that ballpark. It's not the fastest thing in the world, it really isn't. But you know, it's fine. I did a video about that before too. It's fine. You know, when you start adding on, you know, bigger tires and, you know, a big heavy bumper, you know, then you're gonna, you know, it's gonna slow itself down. But you know, at least in this form, it's totally fine. You know, you just, when you're accelerating, getting on the highway, you gotta kind of, you know, put your foot down. But you know, it'll get up to speed. You'll be fine. It really isn't that big of a deal. But you know, once again, this isn't going to be a race car or anything like that. It's, you know, it's a Jeep. It's meant to go off-road, and it's meant to be a adventure vehicle, and that's what you buy it for. But yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my only complaint about the Jeep, you know, so far. I've had this vehicle for a year. I'm gonna do a 1-year review and just going over every last little aspect of the Jeep, everything that I've done, and all this other stuff. So far, I really haven't had any problems or anything like that, and honestly, I'm still loving this Jeep, and it's been a blast. It really has been. This has been my dream car, and I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a like. Check out some of the other videos that I've done. I've done a ton of other videos on this Jeep. I'm doing a whole bunch more, so if you like this type of content, check out my channel. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.